Okay, that little light you see there is from the Nokia E71. It's a little flashlight. There's some scratches on it. And when something hot falls on it, it melts right on it. End up melting the plastic too. The dust cover is petroleum based. Swing the dust cover up. This looks like a little flashlight. Okay. This is the original rubber band. See, with time it breaks apart. It gets dry, it hardens and it dries and then it breaks apart. Move this aside now. This piece is also petroleum based. It fits right in the spindle for the jukebox size records, for the 45 jukebox records. When you get done with it, jukebox size records from 45 RPM, put it back on this other little spindle, but just mold it onto this top piece. Dust cover. The hinge is still good. It's still molded in its original form. It's still in its original form, that the hinge part. Okay. Now this thing in the back has a spring, an brown aluminum cylinder in the back, which is aluminum. If I adjust it, it just balances it. Like these. Okay. She may looks out of focus. That is to make this piece go up. It lifts up and swings away from the label. And when this chrome piece of pipe reaches towards the label, it goes up and swings away from the label. Cueing. That's just to make it go up and down. There's a long bar that goes to the back, and it pushes it up and down. Now watch this. You see? Now watch it go up. It sounds kind of like creepy a little bit, like a rusty door. You see, it goes down very slowly, goes up very slowly. So that black piece pushes which is connect the chrome, which is chrome plated. It's like an antenna material. The same stuff they put on antennas, like for AM and FM. In a while, I'll show you. The same material as antenna. It's chrome plated. Okay. Now this comes right off. Also petroleum base. Like I said earlier, it looks like it's brass. Please name assembly. Maybe this might, I don't know how much this costs. You could get it on Amazon. A chrome piece. And this has a screw. You unscrew it. And this comes right back off. Playback cartridge. Technics. I don't know if you can see the brand name on it. But let me stand up. See that? Okay. Okay, it's a DC motor. I have some headphones there. Model number. Okay. This is just the speed. Now for the motor. Like I said, this is the original rubber band. Okay. That clicking noise, right? Let me show you something for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. See this thing here? The pipe will go right back down. Now watch what it does. Remove this rubber band off. As it spins clockwise, see, it starts to go up, then it pauses, then it starts to swing away from the label. You may have that rubbing effect. And then there's a switch somewhere around this area. When it starts to move away from it, it shuts it off. So it disconnects as it swings away from the label. As soon as it moves from this area here. That's the switch at the bottom. The switch at the bottom. Okay. This is the rubber piece. These step numbers on it. Okay. You see on this one, you have to take the rubber band back off. This rubber band is a substitute. If you ever know a rubber band like the original rubber band, it may do fine. It may work. So this has to come off. See this area here? You put the rubber band around this area. Like I said, this is aluminum. Okay, you see that? And you put the rubber band around this area here. Always be sure that the rubber band is not twisted. Always be sure that the rubber band is flat all the way around. All the way around the inner circle. And this is how you take it off. It's kind of like bowling. You use your bowling fingers, your thumb, your middle finger, and your ring finger. The same finger that you use to hold a bowling ball. You might hit the dust cover. Like I say, it sounds like a bell. Remember that? It sounds just like a bell. And then when it's flat, always check to be sure that it's flat. And you see that right there? This is the motor, the DC motor. Your index finger and your thumb, right? Take your thumb, grab it with your index finger, and just pull on it. And the shoot slide on around this spindle of the motor. Then once that's done, then when you turn it on, right, it should spin the plate counterclockwise with an aluminum platter. You see, unlike the platter, it has these two holes. I still don't know what it's for. Any comments? You can write your comments on it. But I know what this is for. This is like you put your fingers in it, pull it up, and this is to put to secure the platter in place. Most DJs don't use that part, the security. That's to keep it from falling out. When you carry it, when you turn upside down, it just falls right out. These holes that you see here, that is to have access to the rubber band. Easy access to the rubber band. This I already know what this is for. This is a spindle. But these two holes right here, I wonder what this is for. And there's one on the other side. This I already know what this is for. That's to make the pipe go up and down. The straight piece of metal, this chrome plated, which is the same thing that you use for antennas. And this piece is to rest it, and it also locks in place. See that? It locks in place. That's to keep it from flying up and towards the label. It holds it in place. This Technics cartridge, playback cartridge. I don't know how much it costs. This you get when the tip gets short or loose, it's easy to move. It's not supposed to move, and when it's short like that, when the tip is short, it starts skipping. And so when it's wide, that doesn't mean, because when you use something old like this, right, it won't fit right in a groove. So it's gonna start skipping and skipping and skipping. So when this is changed, right, this assembly piece, you might notice a big difference. Now let's summarize the rubber band. You change the rubber band, this snaps right off. You pull up with your bowling fingers, and you see that? And you put the rubber band in the inner circle. After you put the rubber band, make sure it's flat. It may be raised up in some places, right? And then after that, make sure it's flat all the way around. It's not. Make sure it's not twisted. The substitute rubber band until you get another rubber band like the original rubber band. Then so this fits right in there. It sounds like a bell. And then pull this rubber band out, and then it should slide right in the motor spindle. See right there? You see how flush it is? It's not twisted. And then when you press down, so when you put this towards like with the leading groove, you put the pipe on the leading groove, right? The tip on the leading groove, right? While it's spinning clockwise. Right before the leading groove, right? You might hear like little hissing and popping. That's clarisiders. You know, you have some records that have some deep scratches on it. And then this rubber piece should fit right on it. And then we put this pipe on the leading groove. When it starts, you know, whatever it's on the record, it should not skip towards the label. So other than that, you got the thing that balances like a scale. If it's too heavy, it could scrape the nickel off the record. Because the stamper is dipping at it's electroplated with the nickel, so it's nickel plated. So if it's heavy, it'll scrape the nickel plated right off the vinyl. Then I don't know how you're gonna put that stuff back on it. Then when you play it back, right, it'll sound like sandpaper. So the record always has to be clean. If it looks dirty, it probably sounds dirty. If it looks clean, it sounds clean. The actual record will sound clean. If it looks clean. Just some soap and water, you could get away with it. And dry it up with a paper towel. But be sure that there's no dust on the surface. If there's dust on the surface, just push. The tip will just grab right on it. So that's how you change substitute a rubber band if you have another one like it, until you get another one. I don't know how much these rubber bands cost. So look at this. So we got your stop button, which pushes it up, lifts up and swings away from the label. There's your cueing, up and down, makes this piece go up and down. This pipe is a straight piece. It's kind of like, looks like an antenna. And this is 33 and 45. Okay. It's a 2-speeder. And then what else? The wires connect in the back. This. So there's a left, right, and a ground, and one for the motor. My ear itches. I don't know what this is, dust. Probably just dust on it. So that gets cleaned off. Oh, there's one thing you didn't notice. Rubber bumpers. When you close it, it kind of acts as a shock absorber. The purpose of this dust cover is just to keep the dust off the aluminum plate and the dust of the rubber piece, and off of that chrome piece, the chrome pipe, this chrome piece right here. So we got the idea how to change the rubber band for substitute for a rubber band for another rubber band. This is rubber band spin drive. You press on it, you might notice it. See? The direct drive don't use rubber bands. That's why the one that's direct drive costs more than the one that uses rubber bands. Okay, that'll conclude this video. Look at the model one more time. And on top of that, this is a rubber band, well not rubber band, this is an aluminum plate. Aluminum that sounds like a bell. So aluminum spin drive, aluminum rubber band spin drive. This is the spindle. It's not interchangeable. Oh, there's some that you could change the spindle for the Stick-O-Matic spindle. You lift this up, the whole thing goes with it. See? The whole thing lifts with it. See? See? And this is for if you want to add more features on it. I think you could use a Dremel. You could it looks like it's upgradable. And then you got this thing to make, you know, with that dots, those dots and things like that. That was my first turntable. It also uses a rubber band. It's also a rubber band spin drive. But does not go up and move away from the label because it don't have that piece, that long piece that fits underneath it. So this one is better in the white because it's got that piece that makes it, this part goes lifts up and swings away from the label. And it uses the same style of cartridge, the same style. It removes. But I did not buy no Technics. I bought something else fitted. Then I bought a with the same brand name, but it has an A on it at the end. Instead of saying Technique, it'll say Technica. If you cover the A, it'll say Techniques. It'll say Technique. Okay, we're gonna stop. By the way, let's see what part of this turntable is gonna be the thumbnail. Use this. I will swing it up. See that piece in the back. This is aluminum piece with a spring in it. See, it's starting to go up. When you press on it, on this, where it says where it stopped, it'll start to go up and move. It don't move towards the label. It stays there. Then it goes right back down. It don't go anywhere. So that should do it. If the rubber band is all broken into pieces, which is, it gets dry. I don't know, that's caused by heat, but it's caused by the 4 seasons, years of 4 seasons. It causes it to dry. It will cause it to harden and then break apart. See, look how many pieces that's broken. One, this is the largest piece. It's the small. That's the small. Then it gets even smaller. This is the smallest of the small. Look carefully. That's the smallest of the small. Look how it breaks diagonally. It has a diagonal break in it. So when it breaks diagonally. This one right here. It's almost like not almost straight. The other end, let me flip it around. It's kind of like it's broken the curved way. This one here. Looks like it's got a little point on it. This one looks like it's vertical. This one here. You show where the breaking point is at. No, this one looks sharp. Like a sharp, very sharp point. Check on the other end. Flip it around. Take this one right here. Let me flip it around. And this last rubber band piece. Me personally, I wouldn't recommend these kind of turntables. Rubber band spin drive. So the first one I got from 1981 was something like this, with a rubber band. It has this straight pipe, but it was better in a way because as this thing you could adjust and the anti-skip, skip away from the label or away from the label. It keeps it from doing that. Because it has this thing with the dots on it, but it sounds like a 10-speed bike. That's the part I don't like. And also have this thing, the interchangeable cartridge, player's cartridge. It has a screw on the side. Unscrew it. It pulls right out. Put in another one. Also, this also pulls right out. So that concludes this video. And stop.